casual racism is still racism. Casual bigotry is still bigotry.
Simply repulsive.
No. Does he really believe jokes are serious? I don't want to make this too long, dUUps, but I have to. As someone who used to be a fan of your videos from Kickstarter crap to Content Chop, I feel the need to say this. Everyone's saying that dUUps is healing or growing up. No, he's not. Especially since he thinks those who disagree with him only do so because we want him to be cruel monsters who shout the N-word from the rooftops. Honestly, what's more pathetic than him saying that he's apologizing way after he made his money is the fact that he was old enough in his mid-20s when he started being edgy to know what he was doing. There's no way he couldn't have known that he was being mean, yes. But cruel? No. And as long as he's saying that he's responsible for his audience's actions, we gotta be able to speak our mind and say, no, you're not. Free will exists. You can't be like, I'm sorry, I should have known better, I was insecure. But then turn around and then take responsibility for other people's actions as though people don't have the ability to decide for themselves. What frustrates me and a good chunk of his fans is that he thinks that everyone who used to like him didn't like him more for his good points, but for his saying a slur, which is wrong because at his core, dUUps was a guy who made good points when he criticized people who deserved it and was funny and entertaining. That's it. Alright, so we're gonna look at one of the guys says here in this tweet, I will always believe that an influencer is responsible for the audience that cultivate, and it's good for him to acknowledge that. Which is one of the things that I and a lot of people disagree with. You cannot take responsibility for everything your audience does. Let's see what people are saying in his comments. It is incredibly shocking that in 2023, someone being responsible and trying to make up for their past mistakes is being received negatively, as if people can't change and grow up.
Stupid.
Well, here's the thing. The person who's making the change is also misinterpreting what his old viewers, his old fans liked about his old videos, and he's saying that there is only one way you could have liked my videos and there's only one type of audience that could have liked his videos, which is incorrect. You and me both. It really is exposing the people who are actual closet unconscious racists, or people who are stuck in 2016 and still has not grown up at all.
You're so dumb.
And yeah, there's a reason why you only got 3 likes. First of all, just because you liked dUUps' content does not make you racist. I don't know how stupid you are. Liking his content doesn't mean you haven't grown up at all. If anything, you haven't grown up at all because you didn't learn the point of the content. I was a big fan of dUUps back in my teenage years. Stopped watching him a couple years back, but I really liked his past 2 videos despite the hate he's receiving. 30-plus-year-old married man who just wants to move on from the past. Wish him the best. Did you know that he was almost 30 when he made those videos? Like, what are you trying to say? Like, he bullied he made videos on people who were deserving to be criticized. Not only that, he was old enough to realize what he was doing. To say that, oh, now he moved on and everyone else, if they haven't moved on, oh, they haven't grown up yet. Are we supposed to grow up when he says he wants to grow up? Can't imagine why people who think saying the N-word is okay would have a problem with someone growing out of that. Okay, we're not mad. People who are his fans aren't mad that he's not saying the N-word. If you were smart, you would actually know that that's not the issue. The issue is that at the time he was trying to justify it because at the time people were holding other bunch of slurs to a high standard to which you couldn't say the word, to where you could say the word, but one specific one, the N-word, that one wasn't okay to say. And I'm not even advocating for people to say the word or any of the slurs. What I'm saying is that he made a good point that we as a society are stupid to be picky and choose like which things to get offended by. It's either all of them are bad or none of them are bad. None of his people who used to like him think that we should be able to say it all the time. What we're saying is that people can be criticized for the things they said, and that was what he was criticizing in the past. You don't think that's part of growing up, is realizing that if you have certain rules for one thing but not rules for another thing, that's being a hypocrite? No, but I guess no, we're not growing, I guess. People are mad he can grow as a person and they can't. Lamau. And you know what's actually Lamau? The idea that only one person can grow and not everyone else can. But I guess you're grown too, huh? This person says, because there was nothing wrong with his old content. The only thing I see people taking issue with is that he said the N-word, but in his own words, context either always matters or it never matters, and he never used it in a negative way. Yes, I agree with this. Some edgelords, teenager, never grow up and get a job. They still live in their parents' basement as a fully bearded adult. I don't projection much. I don't know. I don't know why you're saying that. Everyone else lives in their basement. Maybe we just have a different opinion, but I guess that's not allowed. Yeah. Growing up? Oh no, you can't have more than one opinion. It has to be only one. Also, he, him in the profile, so haha. Okay, whatever. It's not even that deep, unlike all of these other YouTube personalities that are trying to live in their 2015 glory days. He grew up. Good for him. I mean, it's good for you too. Well, it's easy for you when you don't explain the context of the situation. Isn't the whole point of calling out people for their bad decisions is to see change? He sees his wrong and acknowledges. It's called maturity. You know what it's called actually? It's called not explaining why it was bad, acting as though your content cop was like shooting people, and then saying that, again, only one type of person could have enjoyed his content, and the only reason that one kind of people who enjoyed his content was because they wanted to say the insult. Again, no, they didn't. We're gonna end it with this one. The fact that it's pissing off the very people he doesn't want in his current audience is a step in the right direction. He's getting rid of the awful ones and keeping the ones who want to see him grow. Well, I like how you you hoist yourself up as the ones who want to see him grow, and the people who disagree with him, oh, they're the awful ones. They can't possibly want to see him grow either. Second of all, projection. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know anything about his old fans, okay? And you like the fact that it's causing a division. Again, if you want to say that you didn't like what you made before, that's fine. And if you want to change your content and people, they rock with it or they don't rock with it, that's fine too. But then don't just be cutting off people so abruptly and then say, oh, by the way, I don't like you people, you are bad people. I'm glad I got rid of you. That leaves a sour taste in people's mouths, and honestly, if you really wanted to separate from that kind of audience, again, when the audience liked you for good reasons, they weren't bad reasons. You're allowed to do this, but it's not like it was clean. I'll say that much. It wasn't clean, and definitely don't know what you people expected when you ostracize a group of people who genuinely liked you for good reasons and then call them the awful ones. All in all, dUUps doesn't owe anyone anything. He doesn't owe me anything. Changing and making new content is great. It may not be for me, but it doesn't have to be. I wish him the best all the same. But he doesn't get to interpret what I or his old fans took away from his old videos, when those videos allowed people to comb through people's BS through comedy. Recently, he put out a tweet saying he doesn't want to hear anything from anyone except the people he's apologizing to. And gotta be real here, that's some straight bullshit, dude. Hey, quick question to the new fans who keep saying, grow up. How mature is it to tell someone they aren't allowed to criticize you? Funny how y'all are not only foolish and pretentious, but also completely delusional. In what world does anything like that fly, huh? Because in the real world, you don't get to shield yourself and then say everyone else is stuck in the past. In the real world, anyone can criticize you, you goobers, and you think, you can't talk crap about me, but yeah, his old fans are probably racist is the goofiest weak sauce argument I've heard in a while, and what's sad is these snot buckets likely don't even really believe their bull they're spewing. I'm sure that some of them probably say messed up stuff in private, but good on you. You're the moral superior on Twitter. Good for you. You achieved nothing, and you said nothing. Congrats, you losers. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here before the cowardly little ratas come find me.
The joke police are gonna come after you whether you're left or right, no matter who you are. They don't fucking care. They're just out for blood. They will ignore any sign of a joke. They will ignore fucking every single bit of context. You will be fucked. You fucking idiots.